Yes. In our last video, we have learnt that Margie still does not like her school. Right? Let's go to paragraph number 6 now. She ended up saying that why would anyone have to write about schools? Writing about school is not fun to her. Now, Tommy looked at her with very superior eyes because it's not a kind of school, silly. This is old kind of school that they had hundreds and hundreds of years ago. He added, loftily pronouncing the word carefully. Centuries ago. Yes, please note that Tommy is 2 years elder than Margie. So he talks quite loftily. He approaches Margie in a superior way that she did not know anything because she was young and he knew more things because he was elder than her. Okay? So, what did he say? He was looking at Margie with superior eyes because he knew something that Margie was not aware of. He said that Margie was silly because she did not know that many years ago the schools were not the kind they had. Margie was hurt. Well, I don't know what kind of schools they had all that time ago. She read the book over his shoulder for a while, then said, Anyway, they had a teacher. Okay, see, Margie is hurt because of Tommy's behavior, superior approach to her. She said that she did not know what kind of schools they had centuries ago. She was so curious to know, and she imagined a group of children being taught by a human teacher. She looked over Tommy's shoulder, trying to read the book, and said that perhaps they had a teacher. Students, can you see the picture on screen? That Margie is thinking about a school where so many children are studying the same subject and there is not a robotic teacher. This is not a virtual classroom, but there is a human teacher present in the class who's teaching children, students, and he is answering the queries raised by students. Can you see them in the picture? See. They had a teacher and it was a human teacher. Right, let's go to the next line and make it even clearer. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher, it was a man. Oh, a man? How could a man be a teacher? Well, he just told the boys and girls things and gave them homework and asked them questions. Now, students, here few dialogues are given to you and the speaker of the dialogue is not given to you. So you better make your own notes and write down because all dialogues are good for your reference to context questions for your exam. So keep on making your own notes. Keep a notebook aside. I keep reminding it to all of you, those who are attending this video. Could you please make a separate note somewhere in a notebook, or you can also download a digital notebook from App Store and make your notes into it. It is very important because once you have learnt the chapter, the reference guide will be there before you. Okay? So who spoke which sentence, why and to whom, and what is the relevance and importance of that same sentence, that you have to understand. See, Margie's concept of school is not so very clear. So therefore, Tommy thinks that Margie knows less things and he knew more things than her. Okay, so what does he say to Margie? He says that the schools in olden times, the schools were not like this. The schools were a separate building where children went to school and the teachers, human teachers, were there to teach them. Right? See, to which what does she argue? A man is not smart enough. See, Margie said that how can a human be a teacher? Because a human cannot be as smart as a machine. Look at this, students. Look at her concept of school. Sure he is. My father knows as much as my teacher. See, how did Tommy argue about this? Tommy says, please do not underestimate the human teachers, Margie. He said that he is answering Margie's query that human teachers were equally intelligent and knowledgeable as machines teachers today. He compares his father with the machine, that his father knows as much as his machine teacher. He knows almost as much, I bet you. You see, Tommy again says that I could bet on this that the human teacher knew as much as a mechanical teachers did. Margie was not prepared to dispute that. She said, I wouldn't want a strange man in my house to teach me. You see, a 10-year-old child talks like this. Now, Margie did not want to discuss any further with Tommy on this matter of whether a human teacher is more intelligent or a robotic teacher or a computer teacher is more intelligent. Now, what did she say? That I don't want any strange person roaming in my house who can come here and teach me. Now, Tommy screamed with laughter. You don't know much, Margie. The teachers did not live in the house. They had a special building and all the kids went there. Tommy found it very funny that Margie said she did not want a strange human to come to her house to teach her. But what did he do then? He made it clear, just to make her aware, that teachers did not come to students' house to teach them. They had a special building, a school, and all the students went there to learn their lessons, to study. And all the kids learned the same thing? Sure, if they were the same age. Tommy said that all children of the same age studied the same thing. Because, see, Margie asked this because she was astonished and asked that, did all children learn the same thing? Okay. Right. Now, to next paragraph. Let's see what does she talk about. Just the same. Right. But my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl it teaches, and that each kid has to be taught differently. You see, Margie seems to be talking more sensibly now. She wants to talk with Tommy what she has been explained by the mother, her mother, Mrs. Jones. Now, she is still confused that how can one human teacher teach all the same age group of children in the same class? Because according to her mother, a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each child in the class that the teacher teaches. That means the teacher, according to her, the teacher must be able to go down to the child's level, simplify all her method or his methods, and then to deliver the teaching so that the child can learn. Okay. Just the same, they did not do it that way then. If you don't like it, you don't have to read the book. See, what did she ask? A little in the previous text, she said that her mother told her that the machine had to be turned to the level of each boy or a girl who was studying from it. She is referring to her computer teacher, right? So each child had to be taught separately depending on their level. Right. Now, to which Tommy replies that in the past day, they did not do it that way. He was quite irritated at Margie and said that she need not read the book. I didn't say I didn't like it. Margie said it quickly. She wanted to read about those funny schools. Right. See, Margie is a very inquisitive child, very curious child, and she wants to learn more about the schools in, those early years. Before 2157, I mean. Right? She wanted to know what kind of schools there were in past, as she felt that it was really fun to learn and study in those sorts of schools. They weren't even half finished when Margie's mother called, "Margie, school time." See, before they finished their conversation, Margie was called upon by the mother because it was her time for school. Margie looked up. "Not yet, Mama." "Now," said Mrs. Jones, "and it's probably time for Tommy too." Margie said to Tommy, "Can I read the book some more with you after school?" Right. Now, Margie is so interested in reading the book now along with Tommy that she is asking him if she could read the book with him after the school hours.